Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another Saberforge Saber review. Today we're going to talk about an interesting one. It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite. It's kind of like right in the middle. It's kind of a multi-purpose saber, if you will, and also probably one of the best looking sabers. No, say that about all of them because they're all really good, but this saber in particular is really, really pretty. And to reveal it, today we're going to be going over Saberforge's Black Lotus. Holy crap, this saber. I've had this guy for a while, and oh, this saber just it's menacing. Just look at it. Look at it. And I know you probably noticed one of them is bent. That's that's this guy here. We'll get into that a little bit later. Um, but man, overall, this saber is just it's gorgeous. I love it, and I hate it. So let's just go over the hilt from tip to butt. And so right away you notice the major thing about this hilt is it has the venom and the viper claws both attached to it. And yes, they are all detachable. And detachable, you can detach them. They come off. You can throw them off. Don't recommend getting into a duel with them on. Main reason for that, um, I don't have a screw, but actually, it's worth noting this. The main reason why not to duel with this is, let's just take off this guy. I got this on pretty tight. Is, yeah, you see long screws, right? Looks pretty solid, okay? Yeah, that little bit right there, that's pretty much, you got a couple more inches you can push it through, but there. That right there, that's what's holding these in place. So one good swing and it comes flying off. I actually had to replace and make a makeshift screw because I was dueling with them on, and I found out the hard way you don't duel with these attachments on there. They look amazing, very simple to install, but yeah, you don't duel with them on unless you want to break your hilt. They're not really breaking, more or less, yeah, pretty much breaking, because they're made out of the same material as the hilts are, but they're not holding there for dueling. Absolutely, you can use it as a cosplay, as a prop, because they look freaking amazing and very simple to attach on there. And yeah, they're really cool. If you look a little bit closer, though, um, you can just see like the detail work in there. I kind of wish they would do what they did with the venomous, the venom claws to the viper claws. They kind of did it a little bit here, but I wish they would go through the whole thing and just trim it out like they did with these guys. Looks sick. If you look a little bit closer on the emitter parts, you can see like little groovilies, kind of like rose petals, black lotus. It looks really cool. It looks like a rose blossoming if you think about it differently. It looks like an axe to beat people with. But anyways, yes, it is a gorgeous hilt. Moving, well, yeah, you got your two-tone blade plug there. Always nice. Moving a little bit down, you got the choke point. The choke point here is really nice, actually. Um, it's pretty solid choke point, actually. It's not too sharp. It's not too rigid. It actually fits in your hand pretty nicely there. You get good balance with it. So it's a good point there. A little bit more decorations. These are kind of sharp, but I didn't have to sand them down or anything like that. They're fine. This is a warrior tier, so only got the igniter button there. Don't have the other plug-in spots. It's just warrior tier, which just means light, no sounds. A little bit further, it comes standard with a black reptilian wrap. You can actually order them to change the wrap. I got the brown reptilian wrap just to give it that more primitive look to it. And these wraps are really amazing. Like, look at that. Like, it's if you're iffy about them, don't be. They're solid pieces, man. And I don't know what they use to, what adhesive they use, but man, it's not coming off. And I've dueled with it. I've done my stuff with it, and it doesn't feel like it's just going to peel off. So they've done a good job with that. Yeah, it's just really nice. And you can choose different ones on the Saberforge main website. They have a column with their blade color or their LED colors. It says wraps. You can check out all the different wraps, different colors they have, and I recommend it. I recommend getting a wrap. It's pretty cool. So a little bit further down, 2.0 cover tech nub. Mine didn't come with one. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or what, but mine didn't come with a tech nub, so I just threw one on there. It had a hole where it was drilled, but it didn't have one, which was fine. I mean, I didn't care because this looks like something you would just carry and beat people with. It's awesome. And now probably the fattest, yeah, pommel there is. I mean, look at that pommel. It looks like a cross between the Avenger and the, I think it's their new one, like Section 12, I think it's called. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a solid thing. Gives a good balance when you have all this up here. So having this fat pommel definitely makes it easier to wield. And it is vented for sound, though there is no sound. Really cool, really nice. All in all, it's a gorgeous hilt. I love it. I'll definitely get another one. Just because it's a really cool hilt. I like it. It's definitely, at least for me, a offhanded hilt. And what that means is you have a primary in your other hand and a secondary, more or less Shoto blade in the other one. So shorter blade, shorter hilt, which is exactly what this is. I mean, it's roomy, but for me, it's not roomy enough to dual wield with two hands. This is for me, a one-hander for sure. Has great mobility, great balance. I mean, it's a solid piece. Like I said, for a Shoto. For me, it's great for my offhand, especially when you take out all of this, which I'm not going to. It'll take a little bit, but because if you're dueling with it, take them off, because otherwise you will break them or lose them, or both. But once you do that, it actually reveals like the overall real length of it, and it is a short hilt. I mean, really, it is. I don't have a tape measure, but it's about on par with the apprentice level lengths, at least. This is a elite saber, so it does have a bigger circumference compared to the apprentice levels. But with that being said, that's how I would use it. To each their own. You got small hands, like a woman or a man or shorter man, who don't have large hands like I do. Not large, long hands like I do. Being 6'1", it's there's some challenges with it. So definitely for women and for shorter men, it's a great hilt. For women especially, because this is will be a much larger hilt, and I feel like it's more designed towards women. I think Philip Isherwood actually made this model off of for his wife for doing a cosplay. I think, if I remember that article. So it is geared towards the female area, but you can still use it whatever you want. But it's definitely for smaller hands. Not that that's bad. There's nothing wrong with that. So, without further ado, here's the blade plug. Let me pop the bad boy in here. Now with these, they actually line up pretty well. Look at that. That's just menacing. It's just menacing. Boom. And of course, I went with the purple. So this is Saberforge's purple, and I like. This actually isn't fully charged either, so it's actually a bit more brighter. But yeah, on camera it is Samuel L. Jackson's purple. It is gorgeous. In person though, it's a little bit different. It's hard to describe in person, but it is still a gorgeous purple. It definitely shines like a purple, and I really want to see this in a purple 12 watt plus just to see it pop that much brighter. But yeah, look. And the purple is the Canon one for it, if you will. I couldn't think of anything else to go with it. And with the brown reptilian wrap, I think it just gives it that much more primal look. I think it gives it that extra oomph. Looks really cool with the purple. Highly recommended. But yeah, this is kind of the setup I would use to duel with. See, I mean, you can use it for two-handed, but for offhand, it is just as good, especially with the 26-inch blade. So, very nice, very gorgeous. Let me actually turn off the lights here, just so you can see this a little bit better. Yeah, look at that purple. I don't have it tight all the way, so just beautiful, gorgeous. Alright, so that was a cool noise. But yeah, this has been my review of the Saberfroge's Black Lotus. Recommend. I do recommend it for either cosplay, which you'll keep the decorations on for, because that is just so cool. I love it, and I hate it. If you're looking for a solid dueling saber, I wouldn't waste, not waste. I wouldn't buy this one. If you're just going for a straight up dueling saber, I would not recommend it, because you'll have to take off half of the appreciation of this of the hilt in order to fully duel with it. And that's just because in a battle, these things get hit, they do pop straight off. So for decoration cosplay prop, yes, by all means, go to every time. I put it on par with the Bane. Just put it in perspective. So that's my review. That's my thought on this thing. Dueling, not so much. Great for the offhand Shoto style fighting if you do get it. Be sure to remove the groove, the decorations. For cosplay, boom, all day long, absolutely. You can get this thing in red, you can get it in the purple. I mean, any color you get this in is going to be amazing. Plus, with the different wraps to complement the blade, it's just a lot of options to choose, and it is such a cool hilt. So, thank you guys for watching another Saberforge Saber review. If you guys enjoy that, please drop down a like down below. Also, any questions, please feel free to drop it down below in the comment section. Not comic books, the comment section. So, thank you guys again, and as always, take it easy.